1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I hear me clear, Jamo?
Yes, man. There, brethren. Blessings, man. Loud and clear.
Well, welcome to the program, brethren. But let me give you a formal introduction because this is not normal. It's not a normal thing, and this is iconic status.
Yeah, man. Real dinner.
This is for anybody and everybody who was like in the streets in the 80s in a St. Thomas. If you did up on the party scene, and even if you weren't on the party scene, you must have heard this man's name and know the work this man had done throughout the parish of St. Thomas and beyond. But we're going to talk about more, border crossings and all that stuff. His parents call him Lloyd Thompson. In the streets of St. Thomas and Morant Bay, when you talk about sound system, when you talk about the party scene, when you talk about sound clash, when you talk about legendary status, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Mr. Lloyd J.T. Thompson. Wagwan, Jenna?
Yes, me Jenna. Big up, Barry. Great, Mr. Gary D.
Yeah, man, we're there. We have some things to talk about. But, you know it go? When anybody up on the platform, we have to get into the bio, the early life and, place of birth and all them good things, and then we lead up to, the climax of the sound system career. So tell the listening audience, for who not know, some of us know, tell who not know where JT spring from.
Yeah, man. So originally, my old man come from Duckensfield, but me born at Portland, Long Road, Portland. And then from there, we moved to Springfield, Moonbase, basically in the Duane era there. So the history about it, when we move across there, that same yard where we live, you have Butter, a lady named Miss Gloria, and then Cutty, I'm an original barber. And then, then the housing scheme that built across the street, which them time them used to call what is a Moonbase. So as a result of that, we were the first people that moved over there. So we used to call my father Armstrong, the first man we land on the moon, called Moonbase. So, at the history of that. But yeah.
So what age was that when you leave Long Road and come to St. Thomas?
3 years old.
Okay.
So come to 3 years old. So basically, grew up right in the Springfield, Duane era, Berlin. Yes. Yeah.
Berlin. So coming to St. Thomas at age 3 from Long Road, Portland. So here we are going to do. We're going to eliminate Long Road, Portland out of this guy.
Yeah, St. Thomas.
At age 3, at St. Thomas.
At St. Thomas.
As far as education, where did schooling start?
So basically, the school start. We can't forget it. Start with Miss Davis, and that lady used to teach me. Loretta Campbell, who's at Morant Bay High School alum as well, used to keep that school. And from there, we go to Miss Reynolds School. And the Reynolds family, then they used to go to Bobo Church, go high school as well. So them time we go to school with Ricky Murray, Chenevic, Cassius, Silly. All
you mean Silly as in Berlin goalkeeper?
Berlin goalie Silly, yeah. All we got them school there, Elizabeth, everybody at Reynolds them. And so my sister Dawn, everybody at that school we go to. So from there, the basic school, then from there to Morant Bay High School, Morant Bay College School, and then from Morant Bay College School to Morant Bay High School.
So you're landing on Ivory Hill right after them time then.
Yeah, man.
So since we're up at Ivory Hill, I say our alma mater that we can't do nothing St. Thomas related that we're not talk about the school. Me have my JT school. Me have a couple of JT stories. My personal school story, JT. This is school year 83-84 football season. Me a first farmer, when I come to Morant Bay High School, the superstars them was, Andrew Douglas, JT, Peter Thompson, Rowan White, you know what I mean? But in the first time, them man, they are the real G's that we look up to.
Can't forget Agadel too,
Can't forget Mr. Merchant,
Yes, sir.
So there was a football match between Seafood Secondary and me I put emphasis on secondary because some people understand So this was before Seaford was even a high school. And the rivalry between Seaford and Morant Bay High School was there even then and before. So it was a football match, and a lot of people don't even know say JT was a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know say JT was Hines backup keeper. Big up Hines in Toronto. Yeah, big up Mr. Wayne Hines. And I think football match I play and big fight kick off between Morant Bay High School and Seaford Secondary, and the two big ball up on Seaford team at the time was Brutus from Lyson, and I'm a virgin named Barry. Me and him come from the same place. Big up Barrington Warner, my G, real Lyson youth. So it was a big fight. So I was between a rock and a hard place because I live in Lyson, and I two big ball of them from Lyson, I'll be involved in the fight and I go Morant Bay High School. So that was my JT story.
Yeah,
the fight. Because what was that fight all about, if you remember it?
I just use things and things like that because them time there, you kind of have to find your own space, so you can't make no one push around. So I just youth vibes, I just youth vibes, and basically, Berlin, coming from Berlin era, Berlin always considered like a bad boy town in time. You got to talk about anything is either Dumfries or Berlin. So some of them things that even do to us, it stem from back at Morant Bay High School, because even at them days there, when holiday time I come out, I be a fight at school. And it's usually between Berlin man and man from Dumfries or something like that. So I just them thing there, just the era. So
Youthful days.
And
all the foolishness will happen in the youthful days.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So with the high school now, like me say, when me at first farm, in a fifth farm now, a big man, and then when I left school, the big man then left school, and somewhere along the line, the music thing pop up, and Mello Construction or bubble. My first experience with Mello Construction, I guess Mello was on the scene before as a sound system, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. It kind of re-emerged with a clash out of Poverland between Chins and Mello Construction.
Yeah, and for real, so the sound was there before, so a lot of man don't even know that, but Livy Beckford, who was the coach for the football team back in your time and my time.
Yes, sir.
Was one of the original selector for Mello back in them days, because, the man that started Mello, when Mello was a DJ sound. A DJ come from town, come DJ upon the sound. And then, it kind of go down into a little era where nothing much didn't go on because the DJ thing did kind of shift, and it was there. But originally for me, we get linked up with Mello. Me and Joey used to be friends, because Joey in my age, Joey in council, and we are friends. And so we get used to stop them. Me and Joey used to fight every day, and we used to go up and me I would tell him mother, Miss Minute and Mr. Council. I said, Lord Jesus, well, we don't just leave each other, we can't agree, because every day we kind of fight. And then eventually Joey kind of move off the town, and then eventually transition to foreign. But how we really get into the music thing, breakdancing. We used to get into breakdancing, and me have my little crew, with Clement and some man from down and Berlin era. And then you have GMC and Peter Plunder. Yes, Alton, and then Monday. And then Monday was trained by Shabazz. Shabazz had trained on Monday. So I saw the little link kind of come up. We weren't no good like them still, but we are trying to find a little place. And I saw the link start up, and before we even go to the Mello story, we want to offer some big respect to Shabazz, Wally, Freako, Bunpan, Boogeyman, the Mello Construction is a team thing, and it's
a team thing. Marco B,
and we have some other man, Prento, Soli, Ricky Morito,
Donald
Farky and them, Daddy Gill, every little man have their little piece. Some man up front and some man in the background and do certain things. We can't forget man like Laya, Otis, Masso, you know what I mean?
Mr. Neil Fallow,
rest in peace, my lecturer.
Rest in peace to Solito,
Solito, rest in peace, Up front, on the forefront, it was really that me, Wally, and Shabazz and Boogeyman and Bun Pan. So we were like the upfront man, but the man that was.
But it's a whole syndicate of man. And let me just clarify something. And it's an observation I made. Just about everybody that you just mentioned, I'm not 100% sure about Wally. Well, I know for a fact Donald and Solly probably were not Morant Bay High School student, but everybody else was.
Yes, officially, yeah. Donald, which is Prento and Solly, they weren't Morant Bay High School alone, but everybody else not the list.
Including Wally,
yeah.
Oh,
Wally
okay.
High School, yeah.
So 99% of the Mello Construction crew were Morant Bay High School students.
Yeah, man, linkage.
And I want everybody to pay close attention to that and the significance of that. Yeah, man. So there was a brotherhood. There was a brotherhood from school, so to speak.
Yeah, there was a brotherhood from school, so to speak, and that's kind of where it come from, because initially through the breakdancing thing, and Mello at the time was one of the songs where I play like the disco music, then because back in the day the disco never, so we draw to Mello, and then the friendship was there through Joey, and then Ricky and Marco B and all of it kind of the same link through the high school thing, and it's so happened that they always kind of get drawing, and then right at the same time frame there, we kind of get a little work. I work with the bank at Kingston, and make a link. It's the funniest thing. I'll tell you another story where you know. So we get the link and start work at the bank. I work with Richie. I never know at the time until later on down the road. I work with Richie. We play Lisa Limited, father, and him brother. You know what I mean? You have a twin brother. A lot of people know that. Twin brother work at Scotia Bank. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they were the messenger. Both of them are messenger. When we started at Scotia Bank, we started as a messenger, work as a messenger for 6 months, and then transition after 6 months into a life insurance clerk, and then eventually a mortgage clerk, process mortgage document and things like that. So in the same time when I work at New Kingston, Bun Pan across the street, the man Nisha work at the Trafalgar Road branch and me across the street. And it so happened by mere chance, them time I take bus and I hear man pan bus, Ian pan Roadstar in a bus, and you hear Stone in a bus,
Yeah, we gonna get to some Roadstar story,
man.
But yeah. So you had your decent job. So something was a hobby. It was a passion, and a brotherhood from school, and all of the man them from St. Thomas, and then somewhere along the line after that I can remember, after that clash at Pavilion with Chins. And this is the point more I make, because Chins sound system was running things at one point, and then Mello started to bubble, and it was like a square off. But they had some St. Thomas man from the sound, Jerry Curl, but they had to go out. They have to go out town, go bring a man named Pablo. He used to play a song named Awakening.
Yeah.
Come a St. Thomas go play Chins, and the big square off happened with Chins and Mello.
All right.
Talk about that clash then.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. So, just to chop it up, because I'm going to tell you. So, originally when we had the Chins was still Mello, because at the time Chins did come up, and Chins never really have the full sound system. So, consider the kind of setup already. Well, so him support the box, and we see him one used to support Chins, the same we were at the dance, them other support Chins. But eventually, we used to play out a chef Thursday night, Friday night, and just a chef. And we say, we could do something. And I just see the name Lana give her first dance. She used to be the bartender out there, and she do her dance. And we start bubble, like I said, And then eventually, they said, boy, we could do a clash. We see who are the better sound. And the clash, they get heated up out a pavilion. And that clash, that class that caused some friendship, because me and Kirky, a lot of people know about me and Kirky, bridging we are passed straight through school. So when the dance start going out of the night, and touching them up the better money, and they're more established, so them go town and them do a whole bag of dub plate, and we never have money to do the dub plate.
I remember. Mello never have no dub plate, but change that whole heap of dub plate.
A whole heap of dub plate. We have most about, we have some, and we tell you, we have some Shabaranks and some Frankie Paul, and we have a few little dub, but I don't know to the dub like where them could have come forward. And it cost me a friendship, because that was the time when we realized intimidation of how you beat sound, not music. You intimidate sound. So Chin's that play, but Chin sound never sound sweet like Mello. And we say, boy, how that sound like a play so? Why the bass line flat like Chinaman bottom? You know, see? And then we draw Mello, draw Frankie Paul right after that, you know, it said, Mello, you sound is sweet like Jello. And then the whole place mash up. The whole dance all mash up. It caused me some friendship with Kirky and them because them said, well, I'm going to make it personal. And, you know, something. So in friendship, the friendship is kind of a little thing. But right then and there, we realized it's not the amount of music we have, you know, like in life. You intimidate the person, you get them more time psyche. And once you can get them more time psyche, you have the upper hand at that point, you know?
The slickest stock and
man. You have to argument.
The man can come up with the most clever stuff on the microphone.
Yes, I'm back it up with two.
I'm back it up with two. Let me ask you a question. At what point you realize that you had something? Because if my memory serves me correctly, Jamo, you weren't the selector. You just the man with talk on the mic and build the vibes and introduce the tune. And at a certain point in time, we'll leave a little sound, because on our region they have a little sound and people used to emulate Roadstar and Stone Love, but a lot of people wanted to sound like JT at one point. When did you realize that you had something special? So
when something tick off, it's like we could have mixed, but it wasn't good. You have Marco B, Bun Pan, Wally, all of them are better mixer than me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when we realized, you know, said, I have to go find my own niche. So Java, like a Jervis, Norman Jervis, Java. Mm-hmm. I was say, rude boy, you have the sweet voice, you know, my you. He always tell me, you know. So when we really realized that we were at a dance, the first night we realized, say, this was something we could have done. We got one dance at Port Morant. Michael, you China, keep the dance. And
more than likely, Linval's land.
Yeah, man. See, yeah, real. And Java come up and say, rude boy, I want to come up and so you can touch the mic, man. And really kind of little scared a little bit. And lecturer says, see a Guinness here. And I drink the Guinness fast enough. And when I go up there and touch the mic, and I tell you, the rest of it was history. We just touch the mic and we don't know where things that come from, and we just have the crowd at work. We just have stop all the music and say something. And I set up to the girl and the girl them start react to it, and the dance just change. And that was the breaking out point, because the next night we play one dance, I play one house party at Reddles. And I make sure I position myself early. We did it from box up, put down. Early, because we just want to touch the mic again. And when we touch the mic again, the same that night, the same thing transpired. I say, I hate this enough. But then we want to mix the sound again. I just the mic and over.
So let me tell you my JT football story at school. Let me tell you my JT story now in our dance setting. It's like right after Hurricane Gilbert, and there was a dance at Portland. And my brother Jackie Bella, I'd have a little VW bugger drive, and my uncle and the next brother near Mackerel said them I go a Mello, and they now left me. When we reach a Port Antonio, they dance, rain out. Me a 16-year-old, I'm there with some big man and a little boy. Somehow the whole St. Thomas school end up in a roof club. And JT touched the microphone. God damn it, we take over the whole club. All the whole of the Portland man, them I say, yo, them man have a vibe. You remember that dance?
Yeah, man, clear as day, man. Clear as day.
Tell me about that vibes there, man.
Yeah, man, it's like, I tell you, when you go up there and it's a walk land thing, you know, and rain start fall, and unbelievable rain, and we have to pack up, and, you know, we never want a chance it, and a man said, we could go up a roof or so and go in. We didn't even pay going. And I see we go and play that, we take over the whole place, and we go in there, and we just walk up to the youth, and even never even didn't know me, and I say, yo, me come from the sound from Mello, and I mention Mello, and I say, yeah, man, no, because back them time, you know, Mello started to stretch far and wide. St. Mary, Portland, Rochi area, all them places, because, you know, so, you know, and you have man who come, they can work at Good Area and Sugar Factory, and, you know, so, and the mic to me, and the rest is issue where we take over the whole club, and the man even one time he said, well, I drink, and the man said, no, sir. He said, you find a man go buy a drink, come give me. You know what I mean? You see?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we can backtrack a little bit before we get into some bigger things.
Yeah, man.
And at the same time frame when Mello, because, you know, I was an in the streets kid, you know, sometimes I was places where I wasn't supposed to be at that age. You know what I mean? I say the dance, scene, no matter Linvalland, Colonel Cove, Goodyear Oval. The only thing I ever experienced under the bridge, because, you know, I migrate by then.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? There were a couple of sound systems on our ends in the parish of St. Thomas. And Lover's Choice was making some noise at Seafoot. And
Yep.
Love Connection was making some noise on the Bamboo River.
Yep.
And, you know, later on, Studio Soul, but we're not going to talk about Studio Soul. We're going to get into that. At any point, y'all did already park up Chins. No disrespect, but a spade is a spade. Chins did already couldn't keep up because Mello had a different type of vibe and they were, you know, on top. Did you ever feel threatened by Love Connection sound system, Lover's Choice sound system, or Far East? There was a little sound system in Super Cat up at Hampton Court, Golden Grove area.
Yeah.
And they had a little vibe up that side too. Did you ever feel like serious competition from any one of these songs? This is before Studio Soul and Lisa.
Yeah. No, because I tell you something, you know, after we play Chin, you know, Whitey, who used to play Love Connection, you know, from, you know, Bamboo River and thing. And I used to have the crowd up at Chichi and him can juggle. And him always feel like he had a better sound. So we said, we just start it out because at that time we did actually, you know, knock off Chins and, you know, confidence is high. So we do the phone clash and in a minute, you know, we owed him light. It was no competition. You see, I mean, Whitey a good friend, and Whitey passed, if memory serves right. So rest in peace, Whitey, because your family. Okay. Yeah, I think he passed. I think if memory serves right, I'm not sure, but
you know, rest in peace to him.
Yeah, but you know, a good friend, family, we knew him a long time because at that point, my mother they live at Bamboo River to one thing. My mother and father was mother at Bamboo River, so a mother we know and thing, good man and thing. So, but we'd have to out them, and then we Lover's Choice for Seafoot. They don't know say a Mikey thing that, and we are Mikey a friend, but you know Mikey that try making me. Man, have him called a Seafoot, and we have a little clash and.
Mikey as in McNeil.
Mikey McNeil, yeah man.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, bigger
McNeil, yeah man. Bigger McNeil. No, bigger. The Mikey. Well, a bigger McNeil really. Mark McNeil.
Yeah, that bigger. It's same person.
Same family. Bigger. Yeah. And beat them. But that was the first time, and when we start putting it on them, I tell you say, you know, you have a couple man come up on me and you know make some little threat and thing, you know. So, you know, because you know we start handling the thing wicked, you know. And we agree that you know when it comes to the sound thing, it's one of the things I tell you with Mello is that when we roll the sound and it's like they got into a zone. So when it comes to the killing thing, I'm a switch. Because when it comes to juggling, we can juggle and my man was we can do the juggling. But if we come and the mindset a clash, we switch the button. And me I come for kill. So when we come for kill, like if we get out my brethren, you know see, and somebody come up and
reputation at stake. I'm gonna have to defend
yes,
them
man, yes. So get too like a threat and thing, but you know everything ease up, you know.
There was a period in time, you know, the 80s, and you know, this was this was where, once again, me personally was between a rock and a hard place because, you know, the dancehall scene, the party scene, the song clash scene, that was our pop culture at the time, you know. Listening to Pinchers and Shabba Ranks and Ninja Man and Courtney Melody and Frankie Paul, you know, the same way my children are listening to Drake and 21 Savage now, you know, that's what we did, you know.
Yeah.
And there was a period in time where a sound system start make some noise from the western end of the parish named Studio Soul. And me, having lived in Yallas for a while, I lived in Yallas for a while, for about 3 years. You know, I traveled from Yallas to Lyson Alley as a little youth for 2.5 years, straight as a little boy. You know, big up to all of my brethren, you know, used to take Kearson bus and Sydney bus and man like Wigan from scheme. People don't know, say Alain Martin and my brethren from we are a little bit of boy. Big up Wiggy in London. Yeah, man, and you know, me have a yellow connection. Me used to live out upon side. Me actually know them. Me know Petty, and you know, my sister uncle. Me know Shaggy, Claude Gardner, my classmate, you know. Studio Soul start bubble. And them make some serious noise. And them go on good and them have special and them become a heavyweight. At that point in time, do you ever felt threatened or intimidated by the force that Studio Soul came with?
No, you know, and I know disrespect because guess what also, you know, we got the same ecosystem and me start yell 24/7 because you know me and the rates them Peter and Paul rates them parish. You know, out there, we are brethren, and you know, we done the meal, a lecturer Faki, we are the same space. So we down there, we are drink beer, we are visit the dance them. And as you mentioned, the select up and the sound system them to a man when we go school with them, brother and man. And
yeah, I two Morant Bay High School students also.
Yeah. So we go down there and we do things. And no, we will feel like because at that time, we feel like Mello in a different league. We're in a different league. You know, see, we are still self more say. From the size of sound, we're bigger than even sound at town because at the time now we start about town versus sound. We used to go stone versus stone because we are trying thing and the thing. And then at that time, I got to tell you the truth, say, we know the box, we know music, and we were in a different space at our time, you know, in what we were doing, you know, see, the crew. So we were doing a mixing, anything. We know it, so we never see them as a real threat. You know, so but them always kind of see because at the time now we were the song where they're on the top, so they want to kill. So, you know, them always want a clash, and every time them come, them always them better. And granted, yes, they were have more dub plate and things like that, but you know, dancehall is not about dub plate. You know, it's about juggling, reading the crowd, doing the streets, and that was the thing where we have for a lot of the man them. They was a man, they do the street. Me not come from the street, but me in the street. So me blend with every man, you know, me have a full connection. Me live at Duckensfield to my family, so me have Duckensfield man. Me live at Berlin because me have Berlin man. Me move to Nuts River, so me have Nuts River man. Me have Red Hills man, then Bamboo River to my mother live at Bamboo River and Church Corner. So me have the streets, and through me deal with every man on a level, the streets are moving me. So we never see them, we don't see them as a threat. We see them as a nice song. We used to go visit them party and drink beer, because like we say, we have bridging down the rakes them and everybody, and
Paul and Peter and Tina.
Paul and Peter and, you know, see, you
know
Wiley, you know, the whole thing. So,
yeah, man. Stewie and them, man. Yeah, man. You know? So, Studio Soul start bubble, and Studio Soul now go on with things. So, you know, then time I mean around 4th, 5th form, I think, I have some brethren that live at Yallas, and me used to live at Yallas to some know them Monday and serious debate at school all the time, you know. But a sound clash actually happened with Studio Soul and Mello Construction in a Colonel Cove. And more you forgive me your honest opinion on the clash, they can remember the clash like it was yesterday, right?
Yeah,
because like me say, me have whole heap of Yallas links, and that night there, me say people when me know, I mean, like me I say, me know Studio Soul. You know, me know actually know Max and Dickie, me know them. Yeah, me know Carl, me know Dave, me know them. You know what I say? And Studio Soul man and whole heap of Yallas people in a Colonel Cove, Morant Bay, and me I tell you, me I say whole heap of people when me know. And Petty attack tough. I can't remember Petty even telling us, say, yo, when Mello Construction, you know, go a studio, no, but they're going to know mediocre don't play it, and Petty attack tough, and Shaggy a spit out tune. And how do you feel, in your opinion, that clash they got that night? Because I was there.
Yeah, I mean, for that, to big up us about a man from you know, Pressa Burke and Anna Bars, and my boy them that we used to go to that school, you know, and things like that. And then you don't know, say, all the things said, a couple girls and stuff and things like that, we don't know the Yallas there. So we did well connected and things like that. So anyway, the night we go there, and again, you know, you have a year or two different way, but Mello done murder Studio Soul. That Studio Soul come and them did have some bag and dub, but when them do, they couldn't juggle. So when them come, we start the juggling pan them, and we have the crowd that rock, and we don't know, say, we don't have the leg that don't play for match them. So we catch the crowd vibe with the juggling. And then we catch the stone and the juggle start a wall and the crowd level 2 didn't want to hear them too tough again because them come and start to spit out some dub plate, but the dub plate them too hardcore. You see? So they don't play them too hardcore, but what killed them the other night, you know, is that, and it costs some friendship. And I'm going to tell you a little story about it too. That night, them start play some big tune and the bass band. I can't say me and Dave Wilson, all the way are bridging, you know, see. So them come in and them start with some big tune, you know, big artists that play, you know, and yeah, talk like man draw Gregory Isaac. It's a big tune. Man draw some big tough tune. Big man tune, you know.
I think even Jimmy Cliff.
Some big tune.
I think them are the only sound ever to play a Jimmy
Cliff.
Yeah,
draw Jimmy Cliff. Them draw Jimmy Cliff. And here what they have now, Marcel Clark, now I'll get a joke how we kill them. Marcel Clark, they travel, go America. And Marcel come back and bring back 2 dogs.
Hold on, let me stop you.
Yeah.
Don't tell me this is the magnificent Mr. Shine don't play it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We Shine Marcel bring it back. And at the time, me never even know say Shine have a linkage to license.
Yes. A lot of people don't know that. Mr.
Akins
have license and Johnstone connection.
And you know, so Marcel come back with two duplicate, and the duplicate them look like 45, which nobody ever seen in the world. We never even see a duplicate back in the day. The duplicate big like an LP. And as a matter of fact, a 4 tune in the comeback, you know, with the duplicate, Shiny the Panda one, yeah. And Shaggy, like I'm a man, I know about Shaggy the Panda, the Bob Marley rhythm. Could it be low? That's a Shaggy first tune. Listen to it. You see?
Okay.
And that time a man, I know about Shaggy and do it. So when Shoulda go on and the owner man come up, that we want to call about the name, but and him say, if you guys can play for me, I say, why not talk about? Mello Construction international sound. And I say, we don't sound a big tune enough, you know, see, because at the time the owner was an immigration officer. So when I have to stop now, artists are come to the airport and say, hey, give me a tune if I'm not going to let you tune enough. But here what about now, look on this now. Look on this. You see what little? I murder this and I never forget it clear like this. And when we drop it, you know, and drop the Shining, you know, the police tear down. Who will please tear down? Who will please tear down? Because no sound of this day Jamaica can even play Shining. The whole place tear down.
Phenomenon 9, fabulous Mr. Shine.
Yes, man. The place tear down. That the night that when I go home and me, Daddy Gil, Rogo, Lenny, Juba come for Yalas. And
salute to Juba, me G.
Yeah, man, me G that man. I feel look at you. I'm the biggest man that we are going home in the car. That we are going to Germany, the man that fear Germany. And we turn at the housing scheme, we get a ride and we turn off at the housing scheme. It's a 2 car that we see roll down for me. And about 9 maybe, we never know how much man jump out. And at the time that was Dougie, you know, Dougie will play football for Yalas. And I man I will man and I'm not gonna lie, the man run up on me big time. I said, boy, this the boss man and way and by the time I could have crossed, what I did, boy, I 2 backs to get on my face, I kick in on my body and a man spit on me and you know, so we could even do nothing because let me say, Rogo them are youth, them are scam packer, them don't want to get no beat up. And you know the thing said so me have to take that and go home with that, you know. But that should show you the intensity at the dance.
I was there. The dance intense. I was there. Yeah. So maybe fast forward a little bit. So students will come up on the scene, you know, competition and it got intense. But later on, there was I guess I could say the re-emergence, for lack of a better word, of Leeds Unlimited.
Yes.
I'll never forget it. Leeds Unlimited was around before, from when sound system was different, when man a DJ upon sound, them have them history with Beanie Man and blah blah blah. That was before my time. And but Leeds re-emerge and come back with some whole heap of money and whole heap of technology and some fancy stuff and one big thing, announcement thing with the next dance, them a flash cross one screen and excitement. You know, people like them type of excitement. They love to see fancy stuff. And there was a little buzzing at the streets like it's over for Mello, you know. But it didn't. That never happened. Why you think Mello Construction sustain against every sound with them bag of money and them bag of dub plate? Why you think that was?
Well, again, like me mentioned to you, and even if you go, because, you know, Lee's come way after, because we already go through something with other big sound from Kingston, and, you know, we never know if
we
you
have
want to
talk
talk
about some of that too. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but just to see with the Center Mass thing originally for Lee's, when Lee's come back, as I tell you, Mello Construction was a family, and, you know, we had a unity, you know, where it had come genuine from our art, because we have come from school. We have linkage in the community, and as I tell you before, middle street, we link with every man in the street. Then you have every little man with the soul have their little set of man where they grew up with. So when we were there, we were natural. What Lee's coming do now, it might do the same thing with other sound too. I bring man from outer area. We don't have no ties to the community. We have no man for the community. Them not used to what the community and the juggling, and them couldn't read. Because you have to read the room, you know. They couldn't read the room. So when he come with Welton Irie. And
Welton Irie was already an entity, was an entertainer with a hit song.
Yes.
And known for play Gemini. So he was a brand to himself.
Branching.
And he come and still couldn't really move Mello Construction.
I mean, I'll give you a better story. So when Lee's Unlimited come up, because there was a kind of like a niche between Lee's Unlimited and Father Lee's Rest in Peace and things like him pass on Father Lee's. When Lee's Unlimited come up with the sound and some backstory, I'm going to, you know, Wayne Mackenzie, you know, was the man
Touch of class
was the man who, you know, who did I try for being. So Wayne reached out to me and Bunpan, because no one can bring me for the sound, and a lot of people would have to bring me for Lee's. And Lee's is down at Pub Berlin, and they bring me and Bunpan down there and show me the sound, and I tell me, boy, we could have come in and this is what we have control and the different things we could have exposed you to and things like that. And we said, boy, no, this is not really for me, you know, because when we were a family, you know, see.
Loyalty.
Yeah, a family this, because many money have come from different level. And at the time between you and him, you know, my mother and my father had divorced, and, you know, different things. I think I may come, and it's like my family, I'm a great family, I'm a tight seal, but I come and find a different level of things where at the time, yeah, I got two things, you know, say divorce and things. So we have a family, so a band of this, so we kind of know, and, you know, even Barry Carr, rest in peace, Barry Carr, they come and talk, because the time Barry Carr link up with them, and I said, no, this is not for me. So right then and there was a little thing kick off there, so, you know, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, between the two. So, but again, we never feel, with the band was so strong, the confidence was so high, that we never feel threatened. We all just feel like we were just different.
Have things for lacking at the parish.
Lack for lack. Because like I say, we were doing things different. We were in our time, we are playing with no soul music. Because one time Mello Soul play soul. We play disco. We play juggling. If you come for clash, we can clash. We could have done everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. For real, man. Because, you know, Mello had a serious following, and from teenagers to grown folks, and, you know, trust me, I lived it. I was there. But make we backtrack a little bit to some big sound clash moments. I remember two particular sound clash. You know, you hear people talk all the while about kill sound and pack up sound. I tell people all the while, Mello Construction is the only sound I literally see make a sound pack up and move out, put them stuff back on the truck and drive out while the dancer go on.
Yeah,
I'm not talk about dancer tin out and people are go home, you know. Literally, you remember that? Pack up the sound and go up on the truck back and
yeah,
go.
by midnight.
And the dance just got get started and
just get started, midnight. Midnight.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, man, never forget the sound Exodus from Portland. Them still about right now, them change the name to Peacemaker.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Me a Peacemaker, them change the name to Peacemaker, I'm still about, and them get talked about, and them get like a write up, because, you know, them bigger Portland and things like that. But you know, come down and I tell you, we just sit in that murder, we just in that killing spree. We in that killing spree, because come and from the truck back, and know of them have some conversation and some argument. And like we say, when me I play dancer in a clash business, when I juggling time, we usually come in a little later, but when a clash time, they come early to come size up the competition. See what them are coming and that get in the mindset of what we need to do. So when they come early, they never know say me and the man I will be the mic man. Then go to the attack with them I can do and plans for them have and so we just come in early. Early from 7 o'clock we did a beard and did it away.
Yeah.
And you know, from jump start we was just all over them.
Ready to kill them.
Ready to kill. And you know, by midnight we just murder that time. We just start with the dumb plates. Say, send another one home. Send them oh.
I was there.
Mello Construction I go send them home. Yeah, man.
There is another sound clash. Same venue, Goodyear Oval against the mighty Stone Love. And I tell the people that story all the time, like Stone Love is Stone Love. You can't really go around Stone Love. But I witness Mello Construction put on so much pressure upon Stone Love that Rory get vexed and go out on the netball court and look on the banana tree them cross the way him pissed off. Because Mello Construction was putting on some heat on Stone Love. Talk about that dance, JT, because people now don't believe this.
Well, I'm going to tell you first, before we go to that, we go to touch Stone Love because I'm going to tell you. So the first big sound where come from town, a Silverhawk, the mighty Silverhawk. A Silverhawk come from town and Silverhawk can murder people. I come straight to before we get to stuff. I play Silverhawk before we play Stone Love.
Yeah.
And we got Goodyear Oval. And when we looking at Goodyear Oval, you know, and Bobby Digital sound and Steely and Cleve them.
Steely and Cleve
them sound, you know, and this thing we make so and when we looking at Goodyear Oval, you know, dance normally. No start that early, I say from 6:30 the place start load up, you know. You have to get police to take people out of the dance. And by 7 o'clock in the dance, robbing up corner to corner, you know. Goodyear Oval,
Goodyear big.
Big, you know. Football field solid, you know. And we start play the dance. I mean, I tell you, it's a Silverhawk lick, don't play it now. We know now they don't play it. And then the man, them take the mic and the man lick out and him say, boy, this is Sonia. And when they sound the box are big, so the sound box are big like a wardrobe. And when you say that, you know, the crowd start laughing, the St. Thomas crowd start, hey! And the man said the sound box, we just have big box in time in the box.
Yeah, I remember. And big red and black box there.
Yeah, man. The man said the box are big like a wardrobe. And the man are beat between a road wide. And Ricky Murray turned to me and can start again little first year, and Ricky Murray turned to me and said, yeah, the next time you come in by you. I thought I love Ricky, and Ricky could have think Ricky said, ask him what they keep in a wardrobe. Because back then tell you that way, your best clothes in a wardrobe, you know, your son the best. Yeah. So when they come back in the room, I said, boy, earlier on, a man come in and contact some sound system. I said, boy, no sound in a can't play, no music where him now no part height. You know, think I'm big talk that, you know, me have everything and you know, we are making all of the rhythm. And so that Shabazz is that town, and it came Mikey Banton, you know, from Upper East, and we have Johnny P, Mikey Banton, 5 different men from the rhythm, you know, and we have 2 little rhythm, the bounce rhythm. Everybody do flower gun bounce and flower gun, they play it, you know, and then I'm there to they just mixing another rhythm out of the bottom, you know, mixing the rhythm and it just come, and I 5 different. And so when we said to him, I said, oh, the man them say, oh, are the best thing you keep in your wardrobe. So you what tonight, never draw one tune, you say you play all of the music in my ear. And we say, when we draw that song, then I tell us, man. I must about 5 times the song put up. Gunshots start tear. Pin him, you know. That means to pin him. The only thing he could have used and get the crowd back in draw Ninja Man, dead blood clot, dead bone, you know the Go back into your Stone Love dance now. We are Stone Love start playing. And we are Stone Love for the one like a battle. And we are juggling and when the dance done and Rory come over and said, we said, boy, I never hear a stone can juggle like it. I mean, I tell you, so we're juggling bitter. That Stone Love can't juggle, but Stone Love don't use the type of juggling we are doing because we don't top 10 juggle, we just a juggle and I tell you, while you have one part of them, they could have mixed and them and they clean. You know, see? But with the dance,
Wally not to touch the mic, you know, but Wally draw tune.
Just lock in. And me have a lock in and me have whisper to Wally, say, come with this and we have start some tune for them. But, you know, what happened now, you know, I mean, I'm going to still Stone Love thing. We have a link for you here, my daughter, Godfather and them know their roots. Winston Lebner come from town. And a lot of people don't know this. Winston did link with the owner for Kilimanjaro. Noel Harper. And Noel Harper was the loans officer at Scotiabank. So,
okay.
Yeah, so Winston linked me up with Noel Harper, who was the one of them, because the time I run the sound and the sound I got far and eventually leave and do the sound full time. Tell me about one little place round power here the way you could have get some serious record. See, that little broke down shop, the downtown here there, see, record shop. And there's some used to go get some record, buy some record. So we have some record with some other man now. See, just release, we get them. So that's what I use for Stone, but we have them till we have Stone over juggle all the way up until sun come out. And when 6 o'clock in the morning, I said, Chuck, I'm tired of this, So you want now, a Sunday morning. So you what I'm gonna do? I mean, draw what Gregory Peck said. I said, the follow me go watch church. The follow me go watch church. Tell them all of them, done the place. Done the place.
I was there.
Done the place.
I was there, Jabba T.
Done the place.
I was there. Rory on court.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, I was there.
Rory have to come over there and shake
so
with
let me ask you a question. So, when sound system get big and start make a name for themselves, oftentimes sound systems start travel. So Mello had a name for themselves in St. Thomas. Like, when was the first time Mello Construction go overseas, go play, and where was this?
Yeah, 1990, we bring over to Canada. And we actually go 2 times in 1990, go March 1990. We go to Tielena, when winter kind of, I don't know, first time I drop in a cool area there, and we play at Steeles Avenue. Steeles Avenue, and dance over there.
Shout out to everybody in a T that. All heap of people them live in a T that.
Yeah, man. The time there, Simcoe, Bradley, Earl Shine, Petra, rest in peace, Mr. P, Tari, the man there. So we left and
yeah, man, I know them, man.
Yeah, go play at Steeles Avenue, and the first dance, it kind of get we draw around some tune and some youth would fire some shot at the place, and police would come, and the dance kind of get mashed down early. And the second one turned out to be better, and we spent an extra couple of time over there. That time me and Wally did go over there at the time, and we do things. So Tara, they come the same night when the first one they mash up to the gunshot, the fire. Tara, they pick you up and we go and little club thing, and similar to the same thing up at Portland. At the time, Captain Midnight it kind of did it. Because at the time the Stone Love never even go up Canada yet. We go Canada before Stone Love. Stone Love we on the New York scene, but they never touch the Canada scene, And we go up on the Canada scene and Super Saint. With Midnight, we did that. We didn't know Midnight, and we started at the club. I'm gonna play one club up there on a sound. I think the sound was named Soul to Soul. The original sound we did there, Ochi, but the owner did move to Canada, I believe. Or if I Soul to Soul named Soul Rebel. But remember this was a soul something. And we go in there and Midnight did it on the time and just jump in because they do it my way. Mash up the place up in the night. Tired and they bring you up there. So that was it. And then we go back again in the September, late September, October. Again, in the Mississauga era,
What a representation from
man, St. Thomas man, them Bastille, them and Bradley and Mikey Barnes and Eastman and girls and St. Thomas people them come out and support, and just dancehall people in general, because what happened now, we did start to have a little name and people that hear about we saw. The advertisement on the radio station, I think, and then even if we never think the time the dance hall, it kind of just a bus in a Canada where man can come up, soon come up. So the dance hall scene that get bigger Canada now. So anytime a sound from yard come up, man can support it. Because you're thirsty for yard things.
Yeah. I can imagine. So that was the Mello Construction, playing in a foreign experience. So let's go back to yard, because more I ask you, like, as much as you can remember, do you have any great experience of playing outside of St. Thomas? You have any memorable dance where you remember in another parish? And
yeah, man. That part people used to think so we just that St. Thomas, because we even play at a Gemini club, We play at Gemini club with Lady Patra and them with Glamour Wayne, Monday night dance, I think that. And I believe, if memory serves me right, I think this is Shabbat I'll post it on Facebook one at a time. We know we left that town, we go Spanish Town, go play. Spanish Town, Bochi, them Bochi, Islington, them places. So Mello used to go out and things like that. And go play. You have certain people used to follow me because even now the Marsha Higgins and them things, we have Marsha, we have respect Marsha, big up Marsha because Marsha used to have them kind of people and I come out and think they're free car, carry them and you have my current wife and them things from and stuff from Johnstone crew, Rosemary crew, Jackie and them girl there. I'm man fella.
Mama Colleen.
Mama Colleen. See Mama Colleen and things like that. And for the left apart, Tyrone, who manages the sound right now, Tyrone used to come. That the man is between that. So we are playing them places because remember one time we are going to play at Spanish Town, and we can Gregory Pet. They come from Spanish Town and we go play and we are place. And when we start juggling night, they are juggling the ball, gunshot like crazy, because we're not bad boy. So we come and we sit down, it's a hardcore man and shot a boss. Dance around to be like when the man did the man all back so they want to turn off the sound like the man they want to take away the sound from it because what happens melody is so big and we have a big tear mixing board normally in a studio. So none of them sound even stolen because when stolen by the man they come see Mello sounded pretty and they want them sounded. When them sound they come from town and them see Mello, they marvel. See it because Mr. Coast bring down the whole type of thing them from Gitmo. So we have a bigger pretty sound with everything, and normally everybody's sound back in the piece, and one black sitting here, so one red sitting, so Mello fully chrome. Everything match, everything have the same name. We don't mix and match them time with Chris.
Yeah.
So they never see them type of thing there before. So that was the thing where we go to the man one to take the sound. So remember one time we go set me go play, man, and we go set me go play, and I tell you, and it's like it's a cricket field. Or maybe at Islington or somewhere about them, I don't remember the real name of the place. And me I tell you, so I said, what is come? I said, we don't know where people are coming. Oh, you got dance stuff. Because we don't see where people could have come from. And I said, by 9 o'clock, the whole place full. Juggling street gunshot. Let me tell you. I told man I know, man, because man make it think like say, back in them days there, when Mello do his thing, like I said, and that's one of the things would bother me a lot of time because we from St. Thomas sometimes though, we don't promote we own thing. But when we play dancehall back in the days, only two big country sound, the 80s, early 90s I get talk about a Bodyguard and Mello Construction.
Bodyguard and Mello Construction.
And you name it, no sound from town, we play them all. We play Stillwalk, Stone Love, Gemini, Classic, Inner City, Scorpio, Jaro. I mean, we play them. Super Saint, Roadstar. You understand me?
I remember one Roadstar dance where he and they get vexed to almost turn off him sound. Now invite him back in the dub to dub and him joining, but he really pissed off because the sound never did play good. And he
didn't play good, and guess when do because when we do that time, man, remember that when we start, I put the pressure upon him. He bring DJ, he bring Juna Divos.
Oh yes.
Bring Juna
Divos. Yes.
And in Juna Divos and Juna Divos come to the talk and stop and the crowd switch power because Juna Divos come and start draw some tune and it took a while to come back. And like I said, let me tell you, Barra, because for me, if you really sit down and tell you the history of where Mello,
we would need a week.
We need a week because we have to chop it up because time constraint and thing. But in the history of me playing sound, one sound never tell us put a beat in power, and that sound beat me that me sit down as like a big man in my 50s right now. They say when the sound beat me, the ball, and when me look around and look beside me, a Tyrone, my sister. That's what my virgin ship with Tyrone time. The tears are running down Tyrone the eye, and a super scene.
With Midnight.
And we had Midnight up to a point. And with Midnight though, Midnight saying no, I'm Midnight now, I'm Midnight now. And I can't believe me come as St. Thomas. I'm in a year that junior. And the man draw Far East. I used to come from in a road boy. And the man come at east, can draw far east. And the man come at east and draw far east, you know. And the crowd rail up, you know. And then the man come right back at the far east and say, stop it. And the man goes, so when he says stop it, the man will say a word, you know. He just click off the turntable mirror. I want them, them. I mean, I'm say the crowd. They tell the road boy. And the man said, me now you no more no play for them. And the man said, draw some tune, me I tell you. General, a tears run out of my eye.
Yeah, because you're passionate about it and you're true to your craft. You're true to your craft.
Yeah, man.
That's how it goes.
The man, that's the one sound when I tell you, say, with all of the silver harp, the stone dog, the classic, all of them sound there, glamour we in them in everything. That was the man that come at East there. And I'm do it without play. And the first man when I say, intimidate me because when do is me always try to get in my head, in the DJ them head, because I know right they know have the tune like them could have and feel about and get them frustrated. But the man come and he's not even frustrated because we that frustrate him. And the man just simplify and say, you know what? Let me think this out. And then just think about it. And then we realize that not only do we have to be ready for everything, you know, we have to be prepared. It changed the whole difference of how we start the music because at that time that, you know, the music was a hobby for us. You know, we play hobby. Everybody had them regular job and everything. The only one who never really work on showers was the owner, but everybody has the thing. So what that dance do after that dance, we start go up at the headquarters of Mr. Coastal with the sound key and start study the box again. Because before we used to study the box, but as we get bigger, our confidence get bigger, we get complacent. And we wasn't studying the box, and I studied the thing. You see, so we had to go back now and start play the box, go for box, big two box, call Mr. Council, call Father Council. We forgot to bring up Freako. And Freako, because Freako was there when Livy and the man did it. And the man they start telling me about some stuff where in the box. Some Danny Dread and some Uriah and some Kingsbury in the box, but we never did know from one of my DJ sound.
Yes,
you know, see?
Yes. Go back to the drawing board.
We have to go back to the drawing board from Captain Midnight. And that's why so when we come to the Lees Unlimited thing, we never afraid of Lees Unlimited because what happened that time, because we've been through Silver, Stone of Adam Sound, and it took a little sound when even big like we, Captain Midnight, come back. And the man went back to the grassroots and beat it. And we won't go by just being smarter than we realized we have to be much smarter. So we went back to the drawing board.
Yes, I can imagine. Never there all of them danced, but I was at a few of them. I watch a lot of interviews on YouTube and people, when them talk about St. Thomas, they might say something about Lees Unlimited, but them always mention the old Lees Unlimited with the DJ them, and they will mention of Aces because of the connection with the Yellow Man. And you know, I think one time here Glamour Wayne mentioned about Studio Soul, but with the work with Mello Construction put in, I don't hear too many people mention anything. I think maybe once or twice, maybe people say something about Mello Construction on YouTube, but there's hundreds of dancehall and sound system stories on YouTube. I know say Mello Construction deserve some recognition. That's what I say, and that is why I draw for you to tell some of them story. So
man, because you super day when we talk because Glamour Wayne, that man know we had him talk and thing, and you have cancer still did the linkage and thing like that because a long time it's in the New York era no more. But you know, super day we can play super day all and so on. So you know, the thing that, but the problem where we have with we from St. Thomas area, a lot of the time the man them who was the DJ and the man they will come from St. Thomas, them link more with town and because they might try to get out to them try to tie themselves to town. And then again, the other part about it was because it wasn't with true craft. You know, see, we never really put the level, it was a habit thing, we never put the level into promoting it because a lot of them sound system there where it was in the time, they move into production. You know, have them record label, Scorpio, the one of them Kilimanjaro, they went into the production and have them label.
So it was their job.
Yes.
And for Mello Construction, most of the man them, they had their 9 to 5.
That's right.
And it was a hobby that became probably a decent side hustle. You understand?
The side hustle type thing if you want to do it. I personally, for me, you know, and I can't speak for anybody else, but there was no compensation. And I never really asked for anything. I never even inquire about any monetary thing. We just show up, do the thing, and that was it. But, you know, the mindset is that at one point we think about the recording thing, but everybody have their own little thing and their own little aspirations, and we never do it. So that's one of the reasons why Mello Construction reached the heights where it really need to reach, because we never branch off into the producing thing, you know. And the only one out of us where they kind of start that really and truly, one pan start do a thing and eventually pass it on to his son. But we never go into it. So as a result of that, no, we never get the name out there as we should have. You know, because we never venture up a label and thing and start carrying name, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So sounding for you was a hobby, and it turned out into be a thing that turned you and the rest of the crew into local superstars, and even took it international at some point. And that's commendable. That's a big achievement for something that was just a hobby. And you know, deserve some more respect, you understand? And who never hear about Mello Construction and JT, well, them are going to hear about it on the interview, yeah? And anybody who have anything where them want to rebut or them want to contradict, you know, no free if they come from the platform, come talk. Jamoti, respect and honor to tell some of the good old Mello. I know there's many more stories we can tell.
Yeah, man.
And when you walk around in a life, I know you're not too follow the sound business no more. Hold up your head up high, walk straight, walk proud, and hold up your head and say, listen, they might not mention me, but in the streets of St. Thomas, Jamaica, JT is a walking, talking, living legend. And I say that with no apologies to anybody. I want to thank you personally for adding Mello Construction to the soundtrack of my teenage years, because all we had was cassette tape. We put in a Mello Construction tape and listen to, and wherever it there for License, Public Beach, a Sunday night time, Colonel Cove, Linvalana, Port Morant, Goodyear, Oval. The only thing that me say me experience was under the bridge, because me did I but me hear about some under the bridge, under the bridge thing. You understand?
Yeah, man.
I salute you, my G. You see me I say? And when the history of sound system is written, them can't write it without a chapter about St. Thomas. And they might mention ESCs and Lees Unlimited and King Majesty and all of that. If them write it and then mention Mello Construction, that is tremendous bias, because Mello Construction and JT, Shabazz, Wally, Bunpan, Marco B, you name them, everybody, Boogeyman, Solely Rest in Peace, Donald, everybody, walking legends from our parish. I salute you, me G. See me?
Yes, man. Blessings, good. I'm thank you for the platform, because there's something. One of the things sometimes, you know, people might wonder why we come and do this. And again, you know, me the man, I do it because of the recognition, because me only get the recognition where needed to get, because you know, me get it from man like Sterabelli, who eventually play lead, because the man they come tell me so to inspire me, because you make me could assist a man from yes, I could I do it. And even come see other man like Barkley and you know, other man out of the parish, even if you them from Yellow thing, and we set the trend. And one of the things where we know say we have to do and all people take away from this is that we from St. Thomas have to toot we own on. You know, see, we can't wait for somebody outside of the parish to do it, and that's why I honor you, Rude Boy, to take the step and create this platform, you know, see, to enlighten food people, because so many different things are going from St. Thomas, and so many people out of St. Thomas have do so many good things out there. But when I hear about it, we hear about the man in my town and the man in my this.
And that very same point, I salute Skilly Bang. I don't know him, a little boy for me. But I listen to Brick Pam Brick, and the very last thing him say is license, and that make me full of goosebumps. You see me I say?
Yeah. And popcorn too, you have to get popcorn.
And popcorn to them, I do them thing. But you know, in our era, we did have Chicken Chest, we did have Shaka Shamba, we did have Yu Madu, we did have Little Harry, and even Yellow Man, he's not from St. Thomas, but a St. Thomas him make him name.
Don't forget this, you have to remember Simple Simon Sugar Body, because that man big overseas that in the European side.
Exactly. I hear about him.
And don't forget Ninja Ford, Enkel Irie, Judas from Yellow, Colonel Lloyd,
Rowned.
Well, they say, the man they have to deal with. So,
enough people don't even know Terra Fabulous have St. Thomas.
Terra Fabulous have St. Thomas. So, like I say, I just we not put we one on. And one of the things that I love to do, and we have to have a part 2, because we want to do a part 2. I'm the one to have Shabbas and Wally and thing, because me have some story could I tell, because even laughing never send you off with, because no man know, because even before Shabba ranking boss, you know, see it. When nobody know about Shabba, we are playing Shabba ranking, you know, when Little Twitch line we upon Shabba ranking. And enough man realize that if you go back and listen to the Chinks cassette, when you say in Jamaica we have a party, PDP party, Mello Construction in the I play that tune before that tune get big enough.
I remember the dub.
Little Twitch carry around at Tubbies with the pan Tubbies, you know, in Panjabis. We have the pan Tubbies label. So a lot of man, and then you know the linkage, the man knows so we are playing Shabba, we have 5 pieces of Shabba when Shabba no boss. And when we are playing them tune, the man I wonder we stole we play Shabba and stole, you know. Them come up and ask how old are you, you know. Ask it. So let me say, Road Boy, we have to have a part 2, because, like we say,
there's many stories to be told.
We have to chop it up. So, but blessings, Ada, St. Thomas, big up yourself, Morant Bay High School. May I tell you, Mr. Osa, guidance. I want to tell you, say, enough people that talk about the money, you know, but I have to give me respect before me leave. Mr. Robinson. Because Mr. Robinson take me and teach me woodwork and woodwork and the craft. A lot of people that talk about Mr. Robinson. And Mr. Morris, to a lesser extent, later on in find out in qualification about what it is and in kind of leave school, but Mr. Morris, the man, they are a good man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And you know,
we're going to seek out and find some more legends, and stay tuned. You know, I don't want to let some push out of the bag, but it's about to get real fabulous.
One love, St. Thomas, how we this, you know, so we do it. Mello Construction, big up on yourself.
Let me tell you this, JT, before we part ways. I have the idea for put the parish on the platform and big up the parish. And I tell you, say, I have an army behind me. It's not just me. We have an army behind me. And the army there, we call them Paul Bogle Tribe, a.k.a. the whole of St. Thomas people. You know why? Them not like, give it with respect what we deserve. And in true Paul Bogle spirit, you know, give what we deserve, we are going to take it.
We are going to take it. Blessings to you. One love,
respect,
yes,
Jaboti.
Peace out.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the program. Check out our website, thereallicense.com. Join our exercise program, Movements of Ja People. See you next time for another episode of Real License, the only show that's licensed for real.
Yeah, what my baby said.